Hello everyone, today I would like to tell you about the short talk about sequence. Number one, first, the speaker said to the listener, write their name at the top in the capital letters when they got the text. And if they didn't have pencil, let him know. Then he suggested reading the directions carefully before they answered the questions and mark their answers on the answer sheet. Finally, they could turn in their test and go home when they have finished. Number two, first the speaker say welcome to the Philharmonic Hall and present Miss Soo Kim playing violin concerto. Next, she said to the listener that the concert that evening would be preceded by a brief talk on the history of the violin by Professor Robert Simon, who has lectured on the violin all around the world. Then she said they would go to the lobby to enjoy refreshments. Finally, there was the director who will introduce Professor Simon. Number three, first the speaker suggested the listener signing at the desk and got the visitor's pass. Then he reminded didn't lose that pass because they would need to wear it at all the times when they were in the building. Next, he suggested waiting for an escort to accompany they to their destination, and they must to also be escorted back to the reception desk. Finally, he said to the listener, didn't forgot to sign out and return their pass when leaving, and he thanked for their cooperation. Number four, first, the speaker announced the customers the store would close in 15 minutes. Then he suggested taking on on their purchase to the cashier if they were buying 5 or fewer items and were paying with cash. They could use the express checkout lane. I made sure their receipt ready to show the guard when leaving the store. Finally, he reminded checking to make sure all the items are the right size and color before they paid, because the speaker didn't accept returns. Number five, first, the speaker started with the new. Then, coming up after the news is weekend weather report. Finally, the speaker suggested a very informative show. Reporter Tom Tells will interview Susan Gilbert, who is a renowned expert on investing and finances, and writes the Quickly newspaper column You and Your Money about her new book, How to Get Rich in the Stock Market. Number six, first, the speaker said that there should be the large turnout for tomorrow afternoon's National Day Parade, and it would be preceded by the speeches by the mayor and the chief of police. Then he said everyone is invited to enjoy a public barbecue and fireworks at a city park in the evening. Finally, he suggested people to attend the morning soccer game at National Stadium. The attendance is free, but arrive to get a good seat. Number 8. First, the speaker said to the listener, the president had left for a visit to Latin America, and he would head first to a meeting in Mexico City with leaders from Colombia, Brazil, and Mexico. Then he would go on to meeting with heads of state in Peru and Ecuador. Finally, he would tour factories and meet with union leaders in both countries. Number 9. First, the speaker congratulates the listener on becoming an owner of the bread-making machine, and they were enjoyed the luxury of having fresh baked bread every day. Then she said it was easy to use their new bread machine. Simply choose a recipe from the instruction book, assemble and measure their ingredients, and then place them in the machine. Finally, they wouldn't be able to wait for their first taste when the bread bakes. Number 10. First, the speaker said to the listener they could register for classes by phone and avoid the long line at the registration office. Then she suggested calling the telephone number. Press 1 if they were a new student and press 2 if they were a returning student. Next, enter their social security number and the class number. After that, enter credit card number and hang up. Finally, they would receive a receipt by mail within 5 days. Thank you for listening.